In this video, we'll unbox, acclimate, and add a new cleanup crew to our tank sent to us from reefcleaners.org.
This shipment from Reef Cleaners just arrived. Reef Cleaners is an online retailer that sells inverts and cleanup crew. Ordered this 3 days ago, and it's just come in by priority mail. So let's open it up and see how everything did. Right here, still a little warm even after 3 days. His acclimation guide, which Reef Cleaners really advocates just temperature acclimation inside the space wrap. Let's see what we got. Okay. Another heat pack. It's all inside one large bag here. First up is our limpets. Got 5 of these. Looks like you might have a couple of DOA. I'll take some pictures of that for sure. Next up is the Astrea snails. These are only $1, so a good deal. This is, I ordered 25, but there's probably closer to 50 in here. Dwarf ceriths. These are the workhorse of my cleanup crew in both tanks. Here is a little hard to see what this is. They're not labeled. Here are some of the assorted hermits. They're mixed reef safe hermits. Again, only about $1. Here's the Florida ceriths, which is also the other workhorse of my tank. I ordered, I think, 7 of them this time. Hanging outside the water. I was pretty excited for this one, and it looks like in pretty good shape. This is a Ruby Mithrax Crab, so a ruby emerald crab. Pretty cool. Okay. These are the Cortez ceriths. Just had a couple of these to replace some that had passed on. Okay, this is the first of 2 orders here of pods. So they have a culture of pods. I guess they got out and put together. There's 3 or 4 different benthic pod varieties that they sell for very inexpensive rates. So here's the other one. 1 for each tank.
The video didn't capture taking the Pitho Crab or the banded eye hermit out. Banded eye hermits are medium-large, reef-safe hermits, and Pitho crabs are very similar to emerald crabs in function. They're a little bit more reef-safe, definitely not as attractive, but they're rather hard to find, and Reef Cleaners is one of the few places to actually pick them up. Both are offered at really affordable rates as well.
So I'll temperature acclimate these for at least 15 minutes just by floating the bags. Most of them I'm going to do here in the LPS tank just for space purposes. They fit a little bit better.
And so this is what $55 of snails and crabs looks like. After about 20 minutes of temperature acclimation, our bags are starting to develop a fog on the inside. This is an indication to me that temperatures have gotten about equal and we're ready to begin adding our cleanup crew. A small glass of tank water acts as a temporary holding tank where we put our new cleanup crew as we remove them from their shipping bag. First up was the banded eye hermit, and then our Florida cerith snails. A couple of those go directly into the LPS tank, with the rest ready to go for the SPS tank shortly. This is followed by the Halloween hermit, the Astrea snails, the Cortez ceriths, and the small hermit crabs. Once everything's safely out of the bag, the occupants destined for the SPS tank are just poured directly in. At this point, all that's left are the 2 crabs, the dwarf cerith snails, and the limpets that I think might be dead on arrival. First, I'll take a look at the limpets. Limpets are usually shipped on top of a shell, not on this paper towel. I'm not sure why that was packaged differently. You can see that a few of them were obviously dead, and the bag was really rigid. Right as soon as you opened the bag, it was really obvious. The smell was terrible. Unfortunately, all 5 limpets were dead. Reef Cleaners refunded the purchase price right away. They're usually very good with service like that. But it's still disappointing because limpets are hard to find, and I was looking forward to adding these to the tank. Next up are the dwarf cerith snails. Again, we got about 50 of these, so I'm going to divide them about half and half between the LPS and the SPS tank. Some of these snails are really tiny, like half a millimeter across. They grow to be about 5 millimeters across and are really my favorite cleanup crew member. They do seem to dwindle over time, so it's important to replenish them every so often. Again, about half of them go into the SPS tank and half into the LPS. You can actually add a few to the rear chambers of your all-in-one. This helps keep those chambers clean. Now it's time to start taking the crabs out of their bags. We'll use this net and pour all the contents of the shipping bag into the net, and then move the crab into a temporary holding glass. To let the crab get used to the tank and avoid harassment from fish, it'll spend a couple of hours in this temporary acclimation box. Our last addition is a Pitho Crab. Pitho Crabs are a bit bigger. I'm not worried about it being acclimated, so I'll pour it right through the net and take it directly to the SPS tank. After hitting the bottom, this crab took about 10 seconds to get oriented before beginning doing his job at picking algae off of the rock. I'll leave you with video of our cleanup crew in action. If you got value from this video, please consider a like and subscribe to support the channel, and thank you for watching.